if you guys would want some of that, how many of you guys would want the cash flow that we talked about? How many of you can use some of that cash flow in your life? If you can't put it in the chat, you may put it in the Facebook comments or something.
Yeah.
And you write it down on a piece of paper. Yeah. Just have your mind churning and thinking about how all of these benefits would really benefit you and your life and your family. I think a lot of people have fear of the future, right?
Right.
The 401k situation is not a very, I won't say it's not a very powerful one, right? A lot of us had 401ks before. I've seen it go up and down.
That's what we watch ours do.
Right.
Them, but
And so a lot of people have fear of the future. Like, when it comes time for me to retire, am I going to have enough money in my 401k to last me for the rest of
the 401k.
Am I going to be okay with my 401k? Is it going to last me till the end of my life? And it's something to think about, right?
I'll tell a story. Be transparent and tell stories. In fact, this was back early on when we first got married, and we both were working. And I think we had at that point corporate.
I have no idea what stories get ready.
The story about the 401k.
Oh, okay.
You remember this 401k story? So, and the advice that we had got back to that time, max out your 401k. Put your funds in there, and let it sit. It's for the long haul, and so forth and so on. And then this is 90s. We're talking 90s. I think it was late 90s, late 90s when we went through that bad dip, and we saw our investment portfolio drop by 40%
for stocks.
Yeah, for what we had in our 401k. Now, for me, that was like, I don't know about anybody else, but to get a statement. And the statement, hey, it's looking pretty good. And then the next month or 2 months later, you get statement and it drops by 15%. And then the next month it drops by another 15%. Well, to me, now, I'm just speaking personally. I was like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah.
This can't dip this far, this quick. Yeah. After me gaining over 10 years, and then it dips this much in 2 months.
And the thing is, you have no control over it, right? Somebody else is investing your money. You get to pick. I remember they say, funds you want to invest in. I'm like, that one and that one, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right?
Do you really know anything about
You have no idea.
You get a perspective, and like we really understand what we're looking at on the perspective.
Right.
Anyway,
so we're trusting somebody else to invest for us in our 401k, and we're trusting that they pick the right things, or you're trusting yourself that you're investing and picking the right things, and you're looking at this piece of paper or a number on the screen, and you have no control.
But let me finish the story.
I'm sorry. Did I jump in on your story? I'm sorry. I got excited.
So let me finish the story. So we call and we go to our stockbroker, or the individual that was our investment broker. So we go in, we call for a meeting, because at this point I'm panicked. I'm being transparent, y'all. I'm panicked. I'm like, when you see that many hundos whack off of something that fast,
it turns into thousands.
Okay, and which becomes very quickly thousands. I'm like, I need an answer. So we get the meeting, we go in, and he's all calm, he's don't worry, and he's giving us all this. It's for the long haul, and and I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, like, we're not old. We're not old now per se, but I'm still looking. I'm like, dude, it's a lot of money. So he's just very calm. So I asked this one question. I said, where's your money? And how much did you lose? And he looked a little kind of, you remember, he was kind of like, he didn't really want to get into it. He didn't really, and he just wanted to go back to that long haul. So anyway, so moral of this story for us was, I'm out.
Right.
Now I was like, no, I'm out. I'm going real estate. That's our story. Now look, that doesn't have to be your story. We just gave you the benefit of our story.
Yeah.
But we have done from that day to this day, we have done so much better.
So many deals
with our real estate deals. And so much happier. And it doesn't mean we've not, we've had real estate deals that we didn't make as much as we wanted to make, but we've always done well in our deals. And that's because we use our formula.
When you were telling that story, it did remind me that you really have no control over those investments, those stocks, and it's a piece of paper. With real estate, you You can touch it, you can see it,
and
you can control it to the standpoint that you can raise your rent. You can add value to the property by painting the outside, doing a little landscaping, painting the inside, adding a bathroom, adding a bedroom, putting on a new roof, brings the value up. You have some control over your asset and the profit that it produces, especially when you become seasoned like us. But even as a newbie, we teach you how to go in with that knowledge and that confidence and that capability to purchase a solid piece of real estate that's going to last you a lifetime. So,
and you know what happens a lot of, because listen, we're like probably you guys that are listening or watching and on this call, the Zoom and the Facebook, you see a lot of information. There's a lot of information that flows out there. There's a lot of people talking about, buying 100-unit buildings, multi-unit commercial mixed-use buildings, RITs, all these other things, all of which, look, there's some place for everyone. So there's some place that you fit in your real estate investment or investing journey. And some people really might like or be attracted to something that's, hey, I can just get in and throw some money in and
in a pool with others.
Yeah, in a pool, and I'll let someone else do it. What we really speak to, it's because of who we are and what we do. We like to touch and feel and be involved with what we own.
We like to be educated so that we
want
can make
to know what it is,
smart decisions.
Exactly. Know how it operates, and necessarily, even if we don't have to touch it to manage it. But like you said, we love to drive by and say, that one belongs to us. This one belongs to us. Not a piece of paper in a file cabinet, but we like to know we can fly there or drive there. We can go by. And by the way, when we do that, that's a tax deduction, because if we go check on properties, we can we buy in great places because it makes great for vacation too. So which is wow.
That's so good.
So these are the things you get to do and be an owner. And tax advantages, there's many, many, many more. We wanted to hit on some of those because these are the big ones. We have others that we get into as it relates to some of our training, and specifically pertaining to real estate professionals, real estate agents, people that are in the industry. Contractors can qualify in this particular area. You work and your business is working on real estate. Okay, those particular classifications earn something special with the IRS, and you can actually be designated as a real estate professional. Gets you even more benefit.
You mentioned something about real estate agents. I've been a real estate agent for many, many, many years, and I speak to a lot of real estate agents, obviously doing transactions and what have you. And the majority of them don't own investment property, and it just blows my mind. Now, you don't need a license to be an investor, which is another powerful thing. You don't even need a license. But as a licensed real estate agent, we have such a leg up because we see the deals coming and going. We have the relationships with the sellers and the buyers, and we see a lot of deals that come up that are just, when I see them, I'm like, oh, it's a fantastic deal. We got to snatch that. But you're right. You still, even as a real estate agent, you have a different designation that the IRS allows. You get write-offs that other people may not get. And we're not going to dig deep into that today. But if you are a real estate agent, you have got to be a real estate investor. They go hand in hand. You have a leg up on everybody because you're there on the forefront. Then another thing you mentioned was a lot of people go out and they start off with multi-unit buildings. There's a big move now for multi-unit. Beautiful investment opportunity. We have it in our portfolio. But if you're new to real estate investing, we always say start small, and if you can, start local as you can. If you're in an area that is, very expensive and you can't seem to find a good deal, you may have to go out just a little bit, but you keep going out a little bit more until you find that location that will give you that, great cash flow based on the formulas that we give you. We teach how to do that and how to calculate, whether it's a good deal or bad deal. But if you can, start small, start local. understand the business, understand investing, understand the numbers, understanding how to analyze, because it's not an emotional. It's not an emotional.
You
business.
never buy emotionally.
No, it's not. It's if the numbers don't work, the numbers don't work. So never fall in love with the property. Fall in love with the deal.
Fall in love with that amount of passive income, that ROI, and what you get.
Look, if the deal doesn't work, I don't care how cute the house is. I don't care how well it's staged. We'll pass it by every time.
Well, one thing that we realized has happened over the years, and look, we're even guilty of this ourselves when this whole craze of just renovation programs and shows, HGTV and do it yourself and all these other beachfront bargains. And look, those are great shows. Very interesting. They're condensed down into less than an hour show, and they do this miraculous renovation that shows you none of the actual pitfalls and problems. And you see the dirty building in the beginning, and you see the pristine, shiny, well decorated, well staged end product, and it's pretty exciting. It's not like that.
Wow.